What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Love Coach Scott Katamas, and welcome to the Awakening World Saturday Night Edition. And I hope that all of you are doing wonderfully well. I want to acknowledge all of our friends watching all over the world in so many different ways. Of course, our close friends, our subscribers in the Zoom room with us, but also I want to acknowledge anybody who is watching on any of our broadcast partners, Alan Steinfeld's YouTube channel, Steve Farrell's Humanity Rising, Sheila Shuppi and Conscious Awakening Network, and all those Facebook groups and pages at Curious. Welcome. Finally, I want to say hello to those of you watching the replay, the recording. We know you're watching, and we're happy about that as well. I'm especially happy because it is our once a month collaboration with Tangela and Soul Search. And she always brings amazing people onto the show. Welcome, Tangela.
Hi, Scott. Hello, Global Peace Tribe. So happy to be here with everyone, as always. Amazing energy in the room tonight.
Now, of course, most of our regulars know all about Soul Search, but for people who are watching for the first time, please take a moment to tell people about Soul Search and Soul Search TV.
Definitely. So Soul Search is the online destination and community for soul searching, soul awakening, spiritual expansion. And we are a directory of spiritual and energetic healers, teachers, practitioners, guides. Everyone you're going to see on here tonight is part of our amazing Soul Search platform. We also host our own live events, our Soul Search Enlightenment Expos every month. And we have Soul Search TV, where our practitioners have their own Soul Search TV shows, and you can watch them and dive in and explore further. And so we really are committed to supporting everyone anywhere they are on their journey, on their spiritual awakening. And whether you've been on your spiritual path for the last 40 years and are just looking to explore new modalities or connect with a new retreat or healer or teacher, or if you are new to all of this, we're here to support you. And we do that with, our amazing practitioners online, in person, and on TV. So we're excited, as always, Scott, to be partnering with you in the Global Peace Tribe.
And I see already we're getting comments in the chat box. Carol writes, Soul Search TV is great.
Awesome. Thanks, Carol.
Well, thank you. And I'll check about what's happening with YouTube. For those of you who don't know, and we actually have some new presenters with us, we always integrate music with presentations. So what takes place tonight on The Awakening World is you're going to hear from some wonderful presenters that are healers, mystics, spiritual teachers, psychics, sharing just a little homeopathic dose of their medicine, of their wisdom, of their way of helping our planet to awaken. But we also integrated with music, and we've got two wonderful musical artists, Fanny and Vigari, who two of our favorite musical artists are with us tonight. But we're going to start off with our house musical artist, Omar, and we want to encourage everybody to move and groove to the music, and we'll put the spotlight on you if we see you dancing.
Yeah, namaste, everybody. Welcome, welcome. And here's my customary mandatory joke for the evening. May the 4th be with you. So there we go. That was it. You have to work that one out for yourselves. Yes, you will. Okay, and let's get something good happening. And here, and here.
I'm going to go to gallery review. Let's all twinkle Omashar. And that's what we do on this show. We twinkle people as our way of saying appreciation.
I feel so
And we also let people know how they
Thank
can find more. And we are going to go to Omashar's website. And his website is his name, omashar.com. And that's where you can learn all things Omashar. And probably the most important thing is to go to the links where you can buy his music. And we always suggest Bandcamp.
And actually, this Scott, this Friday, Bandcamp has Bandcamp Friday, which means 100% of what they sell goes to the musicians. So once a month they do that. It's amazing. It's a brilliant website, very brilliant platform for giving us giving the money that we deserve. So
great. All right, so everybody, there you go. Go to, and let's all do that. If you haven't already, go to omashar.bandcamp.com and buy. It has to be on Friday or everything between now and Friday.
No, this Friday, once a month they have, or every so often they have a Bandcamp Friday, and they give 100% back, which is amazing.
All right. So we got to remember that Bandcamp Friday. I should send out an email to everybody about it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Beautiful opening song. Perfect opening song. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to go to my wonderful co-host, Tangela, who is going to introduce our first presenter tonight.
you so much, Scott and Omashar. What a beautiful song. Thank you for such an amazing opening for us. And now I'm delighted to introduce Sheree Ariano, who is a multi-dimensional healer, artist, and alchemist. And she's the founder of Divine Light Codes, a global healing haven for awakening starseeds and all beings on their ascension journey. Sheree's potent divine light codes illuminate the path towards freedom, joy, and higher consciousness. She helps her clients clear limiting beliefs, old trauma, and expired soul contracts through healings, frequency upgrades, and starseed readings so they can embody more joy, self-love, and compassion. And she offers comprehensive soul mentorship programs, wellness programs, and also has an amazing line of jewelry, of high vibrational jewelry. So welcome, Sheree. So great to see you here with us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me, Tangela. I'm really excited to be here with all of you amazing healers and musicians. It's really exciting. Thank you.
Amazing. And so, Sheree, you are here for the Ascension and you support starseeds. Many young starseeds that are expos. I see you working with so many of our younger starseeds coming in. And tell us a little bit about the divine light codes that you're bringing through in your work.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So, on my awakening journey, I realized that, as a starseed myself, there are many others who have been awakening for quite a while now. And you mentioned the younger ones. A lot of them need a little bit of guidance or a little bit of support in understanding the changes that they may be experiencing, or trying to understand where they fit in on this planet and in their tribe or their society. And so I like to offer some guidance for them on understanding who they are, what their mission is here on Earth, why they incarnated in this physical body at this time during the ascension awakening process. And also just try to answer questions that, maybe not everyone in their family or inner circle can answer. So I like to say, we talk woo-woo and there's nothing that's too woo-woo for me. We can talk about anything, because I've been on this journey since 2001, and then 2012 I had a second awakening. So I've studied all the topics from aliens to starseeds to healing to higher consciousness and multidimensional healing. So I love sharing my wisdom with people on the planet, all ages. And I'm a healer first and foremost. That's my main thing that I enjoy doing. But I also enjoy doing starseed readings or working with starseeds. And then I also make a healing line of tools that people can take home and do their own self-healing, after we work together. So that's kind of a general overview
Tell
of
us a
what I
little bit
like to
about
offer.
the divine light codes and also some of the healing tools that you bring through.
Yeah. So I believe that, we all are beautiful, amazing light beings on this planet, but we bring in different codes based on what we're supposed to be doing here on Earth. Some are keepers of the codes, some are transmitters of the codes, some are translators of the codes. I'm a keeper of the code, and I believe that we're here kind of like a nodule on this grid, this crystalline grid, to hold a certain frequency. When these codes come in, we hold them and we then disperse them out to the collective, or they're kind of distributed almost like information packets in divine timing. And so, I work with a collective, my Star Family Collective, when I do healing sessions. And, I find a lot of people who find me kind of resonate with my field. It's not a coincidence, like who ends up working with me, because usually we have some commonality either in past life or star system or, some galactic connection. So the modalities that I use are called the crystalline healing light and also quantum psionics. And both of them are fifth dimensional quantum healing. And, I think that most healers nowadays are all quantum healers, because we're all working with energy that comes from source, right? Through this quantum highway. And we all have the ability to access that beautiful primordial source energy for healing. And we're just the conduits. And so these modalities, they're just, you feel like immediately you kind of go up into a higher dimensional reality when we work together. And, I work with the crystalline flame and the violet flame and, just all the beautiful healing tools that are available to us in those higher spiritual realms. So wonderful. I don't know if that answers your question. It's kind of hard to talk about this stuff.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can you define starseed?
Sure. I believe that starseeds are beings, souls, who are incarnated on Earth at this time. And their original spark or their original soul creation happened in a different star system. So not necessarily, they weren't like when God gave you your original divine spark, you weren't necessarily on Earth at that time. You could have been on the Pleiades or Sirius or the Lyran star system. And so if you're starseed, you're like 15 billion years old and you've been around the proverbial block, and you've reincarnated over and over and over again, often to serve the light and often to be a warrior, a light warrior for God source energy, and maybe the angelic collective, depending on, where your soul group originates. And so you may be here on Earth at this time as a Pleiadian or a Sirian or a Lyran or whatever, Arcturian, to help their agenda and their mission, which is usually to serve the light and to help humanity lift their frequency at this time so that we can all move up into a higher dimension, 5D, right? We hear a lot of people saying we're already in 4D. And some of us are in 3, 4, and 5 all the time. We're going in and out throughout our day. And we would love to move the whole planet up into 5D, where we're all kind of resonating in a higher frequency at the same time.
Right.
And it's not just humans on Earth, it's other planetary systems as well. They're also going through their own ascension.
And Sheree, Susan's asking one more question. How do you recognize a starseed?
How do I recognize? Me personally, I will often feel something in their energy field or in, just their presence. I can often sense a starseed, but I do a starseed reading where, I connect to their higher self and I ask their higher self to please share with me their top 3 incarnations. So if you're like an ancient Lyran, you've probably incarnated on Lyra, Pleiades, and Sirius because, when they lost their home planet, they went and moved to other star systems. So I ask your higher self for like your top 3 because you've probably had, a million or a billion lifetimes.
That's amazing. No, that's great. I'm happy you're clarifying this for everyone because these are, we often talk about being a star seed, but then, what does it really mean? And how do you connect to that part of who we are? And I know you're going to share something with us tonight as well, Sheree. So what is that going to be so we can tap into a little bit more of your energy and the work that you do?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So what I was going to do tonight is just a quick mini healing, kind of like a little guided meditation with a little taste of the crystalline healing light energy that I work with. Just to kind of like ground all of our energy and reset and just, tap into those higher frequencies briefly. So it should only take about 5 or 10 minutes and, it'll just kind of like set the tone for everyone to relax.
Okay, wonderful.
Should we do that now?
Yeah, you can go ahead if you're ready.
Okay. Sure, we can begin. I wasn't sure that was our segue, but that is our segue. Okay, wonderful. Sorry if I'm making noises. Okay, so I would like to invite everyone who would like to participate in this healing meditation and little journey that we're going to do together to please find a comfortable place to sit or lie down, whatever is more comfortable for you. Ideally, you won't fall asleep, so don't get too comfortable. But you can also, if you'd like to stay seated, just make sure you're sitting upright with your spine straight so that you can receive all of the healing that comes through. So we're just going to begin by closing our eyes and taking a few deep breaths together, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So when you inhale, I invite you to inhale all the way down into your lower belly, hold it, and then exhale. So I'm going to do it with you. So here we go. Everybody, please take a deep breath in. Hold it and exhale. And again, another deep breath in. Hold it and exhale. Another deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Just take a moment to connect to your higher self and your energies. I'd invite you to see, visualize, or feel a beautiful ball of golden white light encircling all around you, This is your beautiful ball of divine protection and healing energy. Allowing it to encircle you from head to toe, top to bottom, left to right. And just visualize it as big as your arms stretched wide. So maybe it's 8 feet in diameter, or as big as you want to make it. Just knowing that you are completely safe and protected throughout this entire transmission. So if you'd like to participate and receive this beautiful healing and activation, you can just say yes quietly in your mind and invite your higher self, your spirit teams, your guides, and your angels to be with you now. I call upon Archangel Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, and the higher healers, the higher dimensional surgeons, to please come in and encircle everyone with divine light, allowing them to feel the frequency of the light codes that are needed for their highest and best good tonight. In the name of my divine I Am Presence, I activate the crystalline healing light portal in all realities and dimensions for the highest good of everyone involved. Activating the crystalline healing portal for a complete cleansing, clearing, purification, and transmutation of any type of negativity, blocks, and negative interference at a large scale in all bodies and in all dimensions, in all directions of time, with pure divine healing energies of the highest light and resonance. We ask to put all life areas back into divine order according to the divine plan, also activating radiant health, vitality, well-being at all levels, physical, energetic, emotional, mental, and spiritual, calling in more love, wisdom, truth, knowledge, expansion of consciousness, creativity, clarity, grace, and divine intervention. We call in the alignment with our soul's purpose and our highest potential, reclaiming your inner power and your soul's gifts and capabilities. Abundance, joy, prosperity, success, blessings in all personal and professional projects, happiness, balance, forgiveness, harmony in all relationships and situations, and also whatever else is of merit and divine and even better, for the highest good of all, and so it is. So take a deep breath in, allowing all of that divinity to fill your entire being, your entire ball of light from head to toe. We ask for the divine delivery for everyone to receive the perfect healing codes at the perfect time for their highest and best good. Thank you to all of the guides, spiritual mentors, and all the benevolent ancestors and everyone who came in to be with their family members today and their soul group today. We thank you, thank you, thank you from the highest place of our being for this beautiful opportunity of healing, meditation and this little mini journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. It is done. It is done. It is done. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. And you can take one more deep breath in. Let us know how you're doing in the chat. I would love to hear from everyone. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, Sheree. That was beautiful. And we are already getting comments coming in. Connie writes, Sheree, this is so aligned with everything I see and know. With no memory of prior lives, just here and now, with the knowing of the future you are speaking of. Dr. Laura says, thank you. Susan says, gratitude. We love to meditate here. Charlotte writes, that was so beautiful. I feel so much light pouring in. Thank you. And lots of people, Marilyn, Pam, Richard, all saying thank you. So those are just the first comments that have come in.
I got full chills. Thank you, everyone. That's awesome.
Sheree, I'm going to go to your website so people can learn how to learn more about you. And you can show me around a little bit. But so everybody knows, it's divinelightcodes.com. Divinelightcodes.com. Awaken to your divinity. It's a beautiful website. What would you like me to show people, Sheree?
Okay, so you're on the homepage, which is perfect. And right there where those three sections are, if you scroll up right there. So if you're interested in my healing services, you can click on that first link and that'll take you to all of my offerings. If you would love to look into my healing elixirs, I make essential oil healing elixirs like this. This is Blue Lotus and Rose oil with crystals in the bottle. You can go to the second link, which is the shop. And I make, sprays and oils and jewelry like Tangela mentioned. And then I also have a YouTube channel, and that's what the third link is right there. Okay. If you'd like to check out my content, I also interview people on all kinds of spiritual topics. And for the month of May, I'm offering a Mother's Day special because I am a mother myself. And I think more moms need healing, and we need more self-love and nurturing because we're always like give, give, give. And we sometimes forget to give back to ourselves. So I've created a sale for both all of my services and products are 20% off right now for the month of May. And I also offer a free discovery call. So if you'd like to book a free discovery call, we can just chat and, see if I can help you or if I'm a good fit for you. I never want to put anyone, in a weird situation. So I always offer that for people to, just get to know me a little bit better. But I often go to Tangela's Soul Search. So if you're in the Phoenix area, you can meet me in person. Or you can watch some of my videos and get a little more sense of my personality and who I am. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you very, very much. Tangela knows how to pick them. She definitely knows how to pick them.
Yeah, definitely. And so Sheree's always at our Scottsdale events. So for those of you here in Arizona with us, definitely you can come meet her, and she'll be with us June 15th in Scottsdale at the Scottsdale Enlightenment Expo. So for those of you nearby, you can come by and say hello to Sheree in person. But I know we all just love the energy you brought through for us, Sheree. And then when you were speaking about being an ancient Lyran and then the Palladians and Syrians, you were really speaking to me. So I felt like I was getting a starseed reading in that moment.
Oh, awesome. I would love to give you a starseed reading, Tangela. We should do it on the 15th.
Oh, maybe, yeah, that would be great. So definitely you were already tuning into all of that right then.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well,
Awesome.
thank you, Sheree. It's wonderful meeting you. Stick around. We've got a lot of wonderful things happening, and people
Yeah.
can chat with you in the chat box.
Yes,
Um,
I will. I will
and
check on the chat box.
yeah, check on the chat box. There's a lot of love there waiting for you.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you,
Speaking of
guys.
a lot of love, we are blessed to have two of our absolute favorite musical artists with us tonight. We've been doing this show for over 500 shows, and two of our absolute favorite musical artists are Fanny and Vigari, who always have beautiful music and beautiful backdrops. Welcome, beloveds.
Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to be back on the show again.
Oh,
I'm
it's
so
wonderful
honored.
to have you with us. And where are you geographically right now?
We are in Salt Spring Island, which is just off the coast of British Columbia, Vancouver, that area, just on an island just west.
Beautiful. Well, we're eager to hear your beautiful music. But real quickly, Vigari, how's your mother doing? Because I know she's been close to transition time.
Yeah, well, my mother is in hospital now. She's stable, unable to function on her own, but still very much alive and thankful to be breathing and still being on this earth. So
Well,
yes,
we give thanks for her and we give thanks for her son. So blessings to both you and your mother.
thank you very much. So we're going to do a song called Heart of the Heart. It's basically about going within and connecting with your inner being, going within for whatever answers you need.
Here we are, heart of the heart.
It's in you and it's in me. You might say that it is the key. If it showed and you could see, would you let it set you free? When that seed becomes a tree, there will be shelter for you and me, wherever we be. Look ahead, look behind. There's no telling what you're gonna find. Look around, look inside. Every question could be your guide. Feel that silent part of you, shining the light that will lead you right to where you need to be. I'm reaching for the highest places. Let me find grace. The deepest feelings here. Just carry me into the heart, where all is clear. Into the heart of the heart. Let's be my prayer. your crimes are now disgrace. Be washed away. I'm reaching for the highest places. Let me find grace in the deepest feelings here. Let's carry me into the heart, where all is clear, into the heart of the heart. Let this be my prayer for the highest places. Let me find grace. Let the deepest feelings I can feel, let them carry me into the heart, where all is clear, into the heart of the heart of the heart. I'm reaching for the highest places. Let me find grace in the deepest feelings there. Just carry me into the heart, where all is clear, into the heart of the heart of the heart. Let this be my prayer.
Et voilà.
Let's all go to gallery view and lots of twinkling for this beautiful, beautiful couple that we love so much. Oh, thank you, Fanny and Vigari. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And a reminder that I'm going to go to one of their websites. They're going to play a second song, and we'll take a look also at how you can get their music next time. But you guys tour and you're available. And this is their website. It's starchild.ca, as in Canada, because they're Canadian. So starchild.ca, and that's where you can all learn about them, the Mystiques. You can catch some of their videos, catch some of their appearances on the Awakening World, and learn more about them by going to starchild.ca. And they're going to close out our show tonight because they always play the most beautiful, winding down, go to sleep music. So we're looking forward to a beautiful show between now and then, and we'll see you towards the end of the show. Love you too. And here is my wonderful co-host, Tangela, to introduce our next guest.
Thank you, Scott. And thank you, Fanny and Vigari. That was so beautiful. What a lovely song. And thank you so much. And what a beautiful way for us to introduce our next guests, Mark and Anya Sorensen. They are paranormal investigators, multidimensional channels, psychics, energy healers, and the founders of the Accelerated Ascension program. In 2021, they did a paranormal investigation on Dwayne Ollinger's property in Amarillo, Texas. There, they discovered crystals in the ground that were vibrating at extremely high frequencies. These crystals are called pinet. I'm actually wearing one, and are actual pieces of a spaceship that crashed on the land and crystallized upon impact. Tested and verified by the Unified Galactic Federation that they originated from the planet Trin, approximately 130 light years away from Earth. So Mark and Anya are regulars at our Soul Search Enlightenment Expos. You can see them with us in LA, in the Bay Area, in Arizona, and they do this amazing healing work with the Palinets. When you get to see them live, they have an incredible crystal healing bed. And just excited to have you guys join us on the show tonight. Welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, Tangela. We're pleased to be here once again with Scott and the Global Peace Tribe family. Thank you.
It's great to hear. Now, I want to mention, you just heard about their bed. We just had them at the New Living Expo, and so they grabbed me and said, "Scott, you got to experience what we do." So these are actually a couple of photos taken 2 weeks ago tonight, as a matter of fact. There I am holding the crystals. And here I am on the bed. You can see my dog, Jasmine Bear, by my side, underneath getting the crystals. And I got to say, it just, I mean, I went into quite a state. And Mark, you said that when I came in, I was at one number on the scale.
Right.
And then I was at a different number afterwards, and I know my body was way out there. So I'm here to testify. I'm here to testify that it works. These two know what they're doing with crystals. So anyway, take it away, Anya and Mark, with whatever you want to share tonight.
This special crystal pinet is, as far as we're aware, the highest frequency crystal available right now to the public, out to with the planet. And it's also a live crystal. Its consciousness is alive, and it's connected to the planet Trenton, as was shared in the intro there. And on Trenton, there are these beautiful 9 to 12 foot tall crystalline light beings called Trentinians.
Right.
And so when you have the crystal on you or around you, the Trentinians are present with the crystal as well. And so it's like also having an extra guide. I mean, everyone's pretty familiar with the Arcturians and the Palladians and the Lyrians. Well, the Trentinians are the new galactic crew here to help raise the frequency of humanity. And what's really even more special about it is that it's a permanent raise in frequency. So when you hold the crystal, like Scott did, we like to call that a crystal blessing, because as soon as you come in contact with it, it starts to work on you, and the Trentinians start to work on you through the crystal on your 8-dimensional bodies and start to release anything that's ready to be released. So what we do, you see in that picture, he's holding the crystals there, receiving the blessing, is that what we do for free at these shows is we will check your frequency on the map of consciousness that was created by Dr. David Hawkins. You can look him up on Amazon or YouTube. He's pretty popular, and he's known for doing kinesiology and creating something called the map of consciousness. So we will check the individual's frequency first, let them hold the crystals, and more than likely, most people do feel the crystal and the Trentinian scanning your body and releasing whatever's ready to be released. And then after about a minute, we'll check your frequency and see how high you went up. Now, what's really amazing is that we've been doing this now for about 2 years, going to these events and selling the crystals on our website. And they've been raising the frequency around the world and the collective consciousness. So what we've noticed is that last year compared to this year, and even in the most recent event we just did, is that people's frequencies just coming in, when we check them where they're at, they're coming in higher, and they're going up higher than they were last year and now. I'll let you explain.
Yeah, so just let me reiterate here too. So a lot of these fairs and expos, conscious fairs and soul search enlightenment expos, people who are coming to these shows typically have a frequency of over 500 hertz, which we all know as the love frequency. And as an example, you can compare the rose quartz crystal to the love frequency. A lot of people get rose quartz crystals in their homes to help them with their love and in their life and in their family relationships. And as we move higher in frequencies, another comparable would be the moldavite crystal, which is a frequency of 722 hertz. And that is in the range of enlightenment. And so a lot of people have been utilizing the moldavite crystal for many years since it's come known to us, and have been raising their frequencies. And everybody we check who have a moldavite who come to our table, their frequencies are actually at 722 hertz. It's amazing. And so it's like it's plateaued out. Our crystals, the pinet crystals, these ones here, just a small little one, actually enlarged. Anyways, these crystals, believe it or not, have a frequency when we first got them of 10,000 hertz. Now think about that. You're going from 722 hertz, which is enlightenment, to a higher range possibility potential to hit 10,000 hertz. And because these are conscious crystals, in the last 2 years, they have actually even evolved themselves to a higher frequency of 12,000 hertz, which is unheard of for a lot of crystals and things. And so as Anya was saying, what we've noticed when people were coming in, their frequencies are raising anywhere from 200 to 300 hertz 2 years ago when we first started this. Now when people are coming to our table for a free crystal blessing, and Scott did the same thing, his frequency went up 500 hertz in less than a minute just by holding these two crystals. And this is what we're finding more and more, is that it's accelerating the pace of which people are going higher and higher in frequencies, which is beautiful.
And so at the last event we just did, and so we're going to see if this seems to be a regular thing that's happening. People have now tripled and quadrupled their frequency in a minute of holding it. So they're going up to 2,000 hertz now in a minute of holding it. We know it's a permanent raise in frequency because when we first got the crystals, we did a lot of data collecting with individuals, but we're also now 2 years later, we're seeing people come to see us after they've had the crystal for a while, and we're watching their frequency go up exponentially from just wearing it. In about a year, just wearing it, not doing any extra work. How high did they go up, Mark? 2,000 hertz?
Yeah, they went up anywhere between 1,200 to 2,000 hertz in 1 year just by wearing the crystal. No meditations, no sitting on a mountain meditating or anything like that, just having the crystal on their person. Absolutely amazing and unheard of, right? And so even afterwards, Scott, he got on our table with a tray of crystals underneath. And as I explained to Scott, and I'll explain to you all out there, is that these crystals are like multipliers. One crystal is 12,000. You put two of them together, you got 24,000. You put 100 of them together, you got a million hertz of frequency coming up through into your chakras and your bodies when you're laying on top of this healing bed that we have. And the Trentinians are utilizing this access portal through the crystals to go into your body, and in Scott's case, clean out, and everybody else's case, clear out multi-dimensional energies. And this is why it has potential to raise your frequency. I can't remember how high you went on the bed, but most people are going anywhere from 800 to 2,000 hertz in just 10 minutes by being on the bed.
So to put this in a little bit better perspective, for the audience, if you just Google Map of Consciousness by Dr. David Hawkins, you'll see, if you hit images, you'll see the image of the map of consciousness that we're speaking about and the frequency we're talking about. Now, he's written several books, 12 to 15 books, and he says that you might raise 2 to 3 hertz in a whole lifetime, 20 to 30 hertz if you're doing a lot of inner spiritual work. So this is lifetimes of healing that you're getting in just a few minutes of coming in contact with it. And may I also add that it's very gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even Tangela, you experienced the bed too, right? So
I have experienced the bed. I actually own a crystal myself, which I'm wearing. So definitely there is a lot of energy and power there. I know a lot of you watching do work with crystals and crystalline energy, and definitely the pinet has a very unique and powerful energy of its own. And Ayada is asking you guys, I'm curious about any scientific data on the crystals. Also, is the planet of their origin known to astronomers?
That's a great question.
that's a very good question. And we really don't know. We have looked in many different places to find this planet. It's one of the best kept secrets, I would say, because we're all aware of the Palladians, the Arcturians, the Syrians, the Andromedans, the Lyrans, and all these other races have come from these different planets. But nobody has really come forward claiming or knowing any whereabouts with the Trentinians, the planet Trintin. And I will say this, we have one letter to back up our claim, and this was given to us by Dwayne Ollinger, the owner of the land where the crystals come from, and he got it directly from General Jeremiah Davis of the Unified Galactic Federation. And on the letter, which is on our website, you'll find it there on lovemycrystals.com. You'll see that he claims they've studied it and they've used different testing equipment not known to us here on Earth. And they also searched, as I recall, all 576 planets which we inhabit. Well, let that one sink in, first of all, right? And they found it not on any of those planets, but they actually found it on a planet called Trenton, 130 light years away, where it was utilized. It was a metal utilized in the creation of spacecrafts. And the General Jeremiah put in the letter that they believe that there were galactic wars here at that time, which we know there have been many, and that it crashed in that area outside Amarillo, Texas. And upon impact, it crystallized. And so the metal became a different state, a different form, a crystal form, which innately has the consciousness of the beings and the ship all inside of the entire collective, which is unheard of.
So if you go on our website, and there's actually 2 videos there. On the front page is a video of us speaking extensively about the whole story of how the crystals came to us. It's about a 2-hour video. But also, if you click on the videos tab, you'll see also a video of Dwayne Ollinger, and he's speaking at a UFO conference. And so in that video, it's about an hour long, he goes into detail sharing about how he became involved with General Jeremiah of the Unified Galactic Federation. And they're the ones who did the testing to know where these crystals came from and the scientific part of that. It's all a really quite a miraculous, adventurous, and exciting story. His story, our story. Our story, our part is that we were doing paranormal investigation on the land. And then when we came in contact with these crystals, being healers first, out of Sedona, we're very empathetic and in tune to frequencies. So we could tell immediately these crystals were affecting our energies. And one thing organically led to another. So please go to the videos on our website and you can see more about it there.
Thanks, Mark and Anya. And Connie's asking another clarifying question, which is great. Shifting frequencies is foundational to accessing new realities. Everyone must do their inner work to clear lower vibration energies or shadow work. Does this supplant the necessity to do that personal work?
Well, let's just say we are now entering into a new area beyond that which Dr. David Hawkins has written about in his books, Power versus Force and Map of Consciousness. We are, as we expressed earlier, coming into an unknown zone above 1,000 hertz of consciousness. People who are utilizing the crystals are, yes, raising their frequency higher. And yes, I believe that they still need to do some work. However, it is eliminating a lot of the old karma baggage from many lifetimes that we're carrying. And this is what we're seeing with people that we're working with. We also run a program called the Accelerated Ascension Program, whereby some of our students are reaching frequencies of over 30,000 hertz. And this is utilizing the crystal so far, but we're going up and beyond that. And so in these areas, their light is making such an impact here on Earth with humanity in their neighborhood, and it is growing. And we are pleased to be able to offer that to everybody out there. We call it our Accelerated Ascension Program, and it's very unique, definitely. Still work though. We still need to work.
Yeah, I think
Right.
it amplifies and assists us on our journey big time. Everything's accelerating right now. It's all the energies from, the pole shifts to people waking up. There's all these different ways that we're all talking about how the frequencies are raising for humanity in the world. So it's all accelerating right now. So it's a great assistant in a really big way to help people, but it doesn't stop people from doing their inner work. If anything, it enhances it more.
Great. So, Scott, did you have any questions for Mark and Anya? Oh, you're on mute.
Hang on a second. You caught me as I was pulling up the website.
Your personal.
Here we go. Let's take a look at your website here. And where this is Love My Crystals, and it's spelled CRYSTALZ.com, lovemycrystals.com. And I see you're going to be at Disclosure Fest in June. I'm going to be there also. We're going to be doing an Awakening World directly from there. So I'll look forward to seeing you again and getting another dose maybe.
You guys will be in Scottsdale with us as well.
You will,
Yes,
absolutely.
So
Yes.
lots of options. And here's here's our story that you were talking about, analysis. And then she was talking about videos. So if you click there, that's where you can get to the videos and hear kind of the story about the pinet crystal and get more of the information.
On the front page is our video. And also too, on the very front page, when you scroll down, you'll see the 2-hour video where Mark and I are talking extensively about the story.
Great. So again, that's Love My Crystals.
On the
I've gone
homepage.
so I'll kind of go back to the home page. There we are. And there's the video right there that you can watch on YouTube to learn a lot more about this.
Absolutely. So we're definitely looking forward to the other shows coming up with Disclosure Fest. We're going to be doing both a lecture and a woke shop, shall we say.
Yeah.
We will be doing light code activations, and we would actually like to do a light code activation tonight from the Trentinians for everybody in the audience. We know
Fabulous.
it has quite an impact on people, and we've got a lot of feedback from it, the vibrations and the shifts and changes. And so we definitely like to utilize that. What do you say?
Go for it. Let's do it.
All right. So
Do it.
we're going to be utilizing our light language, and we have these beautiful crystals. We're just going to hold them in our hands as we do this, activating the frequency through the Trentinians, the crystals, the pinet, and from us. Okay, I'm just going to tune it. Dishna, Daruno, Kwe Kia Kuno Watea, Idak Totrono, and Daruno, Kwe Kitana, Ashna, Atrana, Totrana, Undarane Ekia Kuna Quititana, Ishak Tak Trono, Undarane Ekia Kuna Qui, Ikona Quitine Ekia Ku Ushana, Ushna, Darana Ayake Kini Tuna Tu, Undotrono, Narake Iko, Ishana Hako, Undarana, Akane Edishana. Ishna datorno andarane ekia kunukwa idititane ekio unu untu andarana unkwa ki ushnanata itana ita.
Asana nuru mohoho na tara tina no ushna kana tara tina no uru moka. Asna durani sana ishna nuru mokoi kinana ruturun daha kanata usna tina no mushna naru kokokoro aradi umusnata ushna kana tina shikina na uturunu umukorko oka inata umosonatu aratina na ushna akinatu umusunata isinata ushnate inatrumo Husunaka anatu uruko oka antinanu ushinakanate itanana.
Itanana, ita. And there we go. That's our activation from the Trentinians. And we are very grateful to be those ones who are bringing them forward to humanity. Because as these crystals are going out and people are taking them home, Scott and Tangela, we are creating a beautiful conscious grid around the planet. And it is affecting the frequency of everything that is living, humanity, Mother Earth, plants, animals, crystals, everything. And we're already seeing an effect, and we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing.
That's right.
Beautiful. I've got to say, I loved, especially listening to Anya, kind of channel that. I really felt that, but that's like, so as you're doing that, like, are you aware of what the translation is, or are you just bringing through the cosmic sound, so to speak?
So I'm a bit we're both integrated with our higher selves. So it's our higher self bringing in the light codes. And sometimes it is a message, and I will get the message of what that information was. This right now was an activation code. So it was going into the RNA and the DNA and the deep cellular level for the individuals who felt energies running through their bodies. Is going in and clearing, activating, regenerating, cleansing, doing these type of things, whatever is for your highest good. So that's the intention when we allow it to come through, is whatever is for your highest good to happen. And, we do get incredible feedback occasionally that some different things happen with people, like, physical healings, mental healings, awakenings with psychic gifts. So just trust and know that whatever it is for your highest good. A light language has the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. And that way our conscious, our mental mind, our conscious cannot stop it from coming through.
Well, thank you. It's a delight. And some of us will see you in Scottsdale. Some of us will see you in Southern California. And thank you for being with us again tonight.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you for
us.
having us, and thank you, Global Peace Tribe.
Yes, thank you,
And
everybody.
Soul Search and everyone. Thank you. Have a blessed
Thank you,
evening.
guys. See you soon.
Wow, well, we got a lot to integrate, and that's why we have music. So we're going to go back to Omar for his second of 3 songs tonight to help us integrate that lovely light language.
Well, well.
Hmm. No wonder nobody was responding. I was muted. I was just appreciating how perfect those lyrics were. They're perfect for this show, Bashar. Absolutely brilliant.
You. I actually appreciated the silence. It's kind of cool because there's something happens, you know, there's the information and then the crystalline alignment, and then the music comes and it helps it all come and assimilate into the cells of our being. And it does really need a breath after that so we can go and open the next page, which is now. So
yeah. It's always like, how long do I wait for the silence? And anyway, that time
it was perfect because Spirit had the hand on your mute button.
And we will have one more Omar song tonight. Tangela Ayato's writing how exciting she was to meet you and JJ and Alan. And then you took a couple photos and sent them to me. So I really appreciated that. That was fun.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful. Ayada, thanks for coming to our Santa Cruz Enlightenment Expo last weekend. And I know some of the other Global Peace Tribers were there as well, like Margie was there, and it was an amazing experience. And Mark and Lynetta, love coaches who are actually watching the program tonight, we met them at the Santa Cruz Expo as well. So welcome to the Global Peace Tribe, Mark and Lynetta. We're so happy you could be joining us. Love coaches, and Scott is a love coach as well. So we'll have to do an interview with you guys sometime soon too. So that was a great experience with Dr. JJ and Desiree Hertak and Alan, and they did a wonderful class on remote viewing. And then I was giving a talk afterwards on miracles, and we actually did the talk, all of us together. So that was a lot of fun. And we always love seeing you guys in person at our expos. So looking forward to seeing some of you in Emeryville this coming weekend. And our next guest, Jared the Medium, he's going to be there at Emeryville as well. So Jared, welcome. I'm going to do a little introduction for you. Jared the Medium has been working as a professional medium for over a decade, bringing his straightforward, honest, and simple approach to mediumship. He's also teaching this ability, and he does extensive work helping others develop their mediumship skills in sessions and in his infamous mediumship development circles. He also shares his processes and techniques of giving messages and the battle with the ego in a gallery setting in his show for SOULSEARCH TV, Medium-Sized Ego. So if you guys have not had a chance to check it out yet, definitely check out Jared the Medium's show on SOULSEARCH TV. It's called Medium-Sized Ego, and we get a chance to dive into his gallery readings and also Jared's process and what other people go through when they're actually being able to participate in these gallery readings. And Scott, you're pulling up the...
I've got it pulled up, and I was all ready to click and press the button, and I've got the little internet wheel of doom. That little horrible wheel that goes around and around and around, which means that it's stuck. But here we go, failed to share. So we're going to try one more time.
Okay, let's see.
Hopefully this time it's gonna do its thing. Oh, I see, it's still loading. Right, because my computer stopped, so it's going to take just a moment to load.
No worries. Well, while we're loading the trailer for Medium-Sized Ego, I just want to say welcome, Jared, and thanks for sharing your skills and gifts on SOULSEARCH TV. I have watched the first episode, and it's really exciting to see. Actually, it's fun because they're filmed at his gallery readings at our expos. So for those of you who haven't been to our expos live, you can see a little bit of that. But it's really amazing to see your process going into it, and then also, the healing that takes place as people receive these readings from you.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's been a really fun journey to do this, and I've learned a lot. And again, episode 1 was kind of, So there's a whole story to this. Episode 1 is what I showed was 3 amazing readings that happened in that gallery setting. And again, there were 3 amazing readings. And but then there were 2 that weren't that good. There was one that was not good at all. And again, I was just in the wrong place. Like I was trying to read this lady, and I had people over here going, "That's for me," and I had people over here going, "That's for me." I had one guy holding up a cell phone showing me a picture, and I'm trying to stay with this one lady, right? And so again, that's part of the process that I'm sharing also. But again, that's going to come a little bit later down the line in a later episode that I'm coming up, called "The Struggle is Real." And so in that one, I'm going to show a lot more of the struggles that I have doing this, and so that people can really understand that it's not all roses, it's not all perfect. To get those 3 amazing readings, I have 2 that aren't that good sometimes, and it's important that I share that too, so that it doesn't seem like some magic gift. And that's the thing. I think everybody has these abilities. I think we're all born with them. We come out of the womb having nothing but these abilities. Like, this is all we have. We can't talk yet. We can't communicate. All we have is this ability to feel things and communicate psychically. That's all we have. And it's almost like we grow out of it. And so my process is really just to share this with people, that how I do it, how I get to it, be humble about it, show them the fear that I have, walk them through like how scared I get before these gallery readings, or how the fear can sometimes cause me to not get the reading right, or, you know, and how the ego comes in, and how it's a constant battle. Like listening to you announce me, you said all those amazing, nice things about me, and my head just swells up and gets really, really big. And then, and I've got to tell myself, okay, no, don't, be humble, be humble. And so it's just this constant battle. Because if I don't do that, then it gets in the way. The fear gets in the way, the ego gets in the way, and then the messages aren't good. And so, yeah, that's the whole process. And that's what I'm trying to show in this show, is the good, the bad, and the ugly, the whole story, the whole story.
Definitely. And what I love about the show is that you take us through the process. Like you said, you getting ready to do these readings, and then watching the readings, the reactions of the people afterwards. And, this episode of the Global Peace Tribe Awakening World Show tonight is all about healing, and we've, heard about galactic healing, Sheree bringing through these divine light codes, Mark and Anya with the crystalline healing, with the pinet, and mediumship is also a very powerful form of healing. When we're watching the gallery readings that you're doing readings for specific people, but the room is full, and everyone there is being impacted. Everyone there is having an expansion. Everyone there is opening up and remembering these gifts, like you said, that we are born with, but we've forgotten. So it's a very powerful healing process that, people are going through just by being in the room and experiencing something that they have been told is impossible.
Yeah, and I'm really reaching the people that I don't want to say skeptics, but not just the skeptics, but the people who they don't really believe as much. They're not necessarily on board with believing spirits working with them. But when I simplify it and I show them the process, and I show them, look, this is how I got this, because I just got this weird feeling, and I explain it to them. And it's not some like, oh my God, I got some power where I see some amazing words come across in my head. It was just a subtle feeling. And they're like, oh yeah, I get that subtle feeling. Like, yeah. And it makes it more it makes it more honest, it makes it more real, and it makes it more obtainable to more people who aren't quite on board yet with it. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to, who I end up reaching, I guess, is the best way to say it.
Yeah, no.
We got the video. I got kicked off, but I've got the video lined up. Let's try playing it again. All right. Let's see if it works this
I was
time.
just going to try playing it from my side, so I'm happy you're back, Scott.
Oh, and you know what? I'm getting the moment I press play, I get the Wheel of Doom. So, do you want to try playing it from your side then?
Sure. I can either try playing it on SoulSearch TV, or I didn't download it, but let me see here. I can download it as well. Hold on.
Yeah, for some reason my computer it's the Wheel of Doom is going around and around, and
I must be cursed.
But, another option is oh, go ahead.
while you were trying to warm up, remember you were playing my video when your power went out. So I don't know, there's something going on.
Yeah, it's true. There is something. All right, I'm going to try I'm going to try one other way.
All right.
I'm going to try doing it
I'm
this
downloading as well. So let's see here.
Okay. Also, I'm wondering, Jared, if you would like to do a reading for one of the members.
Sure. See, he froze again.
He's gone. Okay, great. So do you how do you want to do this, Jared? Do you want to pick someone from the audience? If you would like to have a reading, please raise your hand. You know, Dr. Laura is saying Zoom is crazy tonight. Yeah, Richard is saying have him pick this time. So yes, Jared, you pick. Go through, see who's out there. I'm trying to download in the meantime. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Well, that time I got kicked off my own show trying to.
I'm opening the trailer as well, so I think I'm successfully opening it.
Okay, let's have you do it because.
And Scott, Jared's picking a somebody from the member of the audience to do a reading.
Okay, perfect. Great.
Yeah, I know exactly what that is. Yeah.
Okay, here. So should I show this really quick while he's picking?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and show it while he picks someone.
Okay, so let me.
And remember to click optimize sound when you share screen.
Share screen. Okay, so hold on.
You click share screen, and on the right-hand side, make sure you click where it says share sound.
Okay,
Click that
share
button.
sound. All right.
Yeah, I know exactly what that is. Yeah.
I'm Jared. I'm a medium. I always say medium just means middleman. I try to take what I get from spirit and pass it on to you without mixing it with my own thoughts, my own ideas, and letting my own ego get in the way. I just felt her say, I can smile now because I'm not in pain. The truth is that I don't have some magic gift. It's just communicating with spirit.
And it was very accurate. I didn't think my grandma would come through, but I know she's always really close to me.
All those things came through and he was just like, boom, boom, boom. And it was.
So he did struggle.
Just a tiny bit, but that tells you somebody's real.
The truth is that I'm just a construction worker. I'm not some guru. Spirit said to me, you need to teach these people that this is something that they can use in their everyday life. The minute I let my ego go too far and it gets too big and I start taking credit for this work, then spirit takes this away from me. So I have to keep my ego the right size. I call it medium-sized ego.
All right. There we go. Medium-sized ego. Thanks, Jared. So for all of you guys, you can definitely tune into this show on Soul Search TV, but now we're going to have a little bit of a live experience. Jared, did you choose someone? Oh, you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't see the gallery while I was on there. So I have to pick a male because I have a female coming through for a male. So I'm trying to find the right male. Let me see.
Dr. Laura is saying, Jared, that is the best name for a spiritual show that I have ever heard.
Thank you. I know. I loved it. It came to me from spirit. So, but it is my constant battle, right? I'm constantly battling ego to do this kind of work. And this is where, and this is how I negate that is I share it with you. Like I share, hey, I'm scared. I'm nervous. You guys are all watching me. Like I'm gonna bomb. You know, I've already had an issue with this show. Like last time I got it with the wrong person and the messages didn't work. So of course I'm already like twice as nervous. And so I like to share that with you guys. So what that does is it takes a lot of the fear away. Now you already know where I'm at. And not only do you know I'm nervous and I can say I'm nervous, I still get nervous every time I do one of these. Like I still could get nervous before a reading sometimes. And you guys need to know that because it makes me more human and it makes this more personal, something you guys could probably do because people are like, I could never do that. I would be too scared. Well, I'm still scared. Like that's the truth. I still get scared doing this. And you guys need to know that. You need to know that this is still something that I get nervous about. Okay, I think I'm going to go to Richard. Richard, do you want a reading?
Sure.
Let's see, Rick. All right, we're going to bring you on here, Richard.
All right, can you put Richard on the screen for me or no?
Yep,
I put him on.
I don't
If
see
you go
him.
to if you go to speaker view, you'll see both you and Richard.
All right,
Yeah,
I
do
don't
you
know how
have,
to do that.
you have on speaker view, Jared?
Upper right hand corner.
Yes.
Oh, you're on mute,
Muted.
Jared. Okay, I unmuted you.
Yeah. All right. I don't know how that keeps us. See, I got all kinds of problems going on. Yeah, it's hard enough to do this work and connect with spirit and make sure that I'm not putting my own thoughts and my own ideas in the way. But when you add like speaker issues and microphone issues and all these glitches and all this stuff, then it really becomes difficult. But all right, Richard, can I come to you for a moment?
Sure.
All right. So I try not to get too much information early because what ends up happening is I get the information and then that's when if I sit and hold on to it, I will mix it with my own thoughts and my own ideas by the time I give it to you. But I knew I had to go to a male today. I don't know why. I have a female energy that's coming in who wants me to go to a male. So I don't know anything more than that because I told her to stay away. I'm like, you need to back up because you're giving me too much information too soon. So I do have an older female who comes in for you. I also have a male that comes in for you. So I do have like I want to call him a father figure. Do you have a father figure that's passed?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So I have father, when I started saying this female was coming in, I had father figure come in right away and come in hard. And he comes in, he's like, you're not going to, I'm going to make sure I get mentioned. So he comes in like, again, I got chills. So if I tell you I got chills, that's just a yes from spirit. So he comes in strong and he's like, he just like pounds his way and he goes, I'm going to make sure, don't forget me. I'm right here. So again, when I say that, he stands right behind you. So, and I called him a father figure. He didn't feel like he had a lot of there wasn't a lot of love or hanging on you. It was kind of stern and stands behind you, but stern. Do you understand that?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. But I do feel lots of love coming from the female energy who came in. She has lots of love. She also puts a blanket around you. So a blanket around you is protection. Okay. She puts a blanket of protection around you. And she makes me feel like she's doing this with one hand. So when she says that, I don't really have that's not like a normal symbol for me, but I got this feeling like I got this one hand, I can protect you. So that's the way she says it. Like that was the feeling behind it. And she's got, I'm seeing curly hair. So curly hair could be one of two things. She either had curly hair or that's a symbol of grandma to me. So sometimes I get, so I do feel like I'm now going to say I have a grandma energy that's coming in because then she said yes when I said grandma. So you definitely have a grandma energy that's coming in from this and with lots of love. Okay. Lots of love. And she's handing you lots of things. She's talking about handing down things to you. And I don't feel like these are physical things, but she's talking about giving you gifts or help. Yes. This feels like she's helping you from where she's at. That's what it feels like. And she's doing lots of this. She says lots of this. She's saying you're blessed too. I don't know what that means, but she's saying you're blessed. I don't have a saying for that. And then now I get I don't know if she was religious, but she's giving me my after she said blessed, she did this, which is sometimes a religious feeling. So so she said you're blessed, and she did some kind of religious mantra. I don't know why she's calling it that. I don't know. Okay. So you'll notice I start talking really fast. Okay. So that's one of these tricks that I use when I'm reading. And what it does for me is I get the information and I get rid of it as fast as I get it. And then it doesn't allow me to mix it with my own thoughts and my own ideas, right? If I take it and sit it in here for a minute, then by the time I give it to you, I can mix that up. So you'll see me just kind of spitting the information out. Even if I'm repeating myself, it's about me not mixing it with my own thoughts and my own ideas and giving you that information. Okay. So they're giving me a bunch of symbols for you at once, which is confusing, but she said congratulations to you. So she's like congratulating you for something that she missed since she's been gone. So she's like, congratulations. And then I'm also seeing thank you at the same time. So there's a thank you from spirit, and it's a sign language thank you, which means that they weren't able to say it before they passed. So when I get this symbol of thank you, it usually means like they want to let you know they were appreciative of something you did for them before them when they passed, and that's what this feels like. I feel like I have a second female now who's coming in, so I'm not sure if I had two from the get-go, but there's definitely two females, not just a grandma. There's another female who's coming in, and I feel like I'm starting to talk about from her who's saying thank you. So there's another female who comes in and says thank you. Do you have a female who got ill before she passed or needed to be taken care of?
Yeah.
Who's passed? Because she just showed me oxygen tube. So oxygen tube is a symbol of talk about when I passed, or talk about me getting ill before I passed.
Yeah.
And then you were there close to the end for someone when they passed. Is that correct?
On my father's side.
Okay,
but
what the
male energy? I don't know about the female.
That's okay. I just want to say you were there for somebody close to the end. And again, I didn't mean to say, when I get this symbol, okay, it's funny. I get the symbol, it means you were there at the last moment, right? But until it comes out of my mouth, I don't know if I'm going to say you were there or you weren't there. But what they said this time was you were close to being there. So that's kind of a feeling of like you were there and you left the room, or you were there, and or you know, that type of thing. Does that make sense to you for somebody? Who is that?
For my dad.
Who is that? That's for dad?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's my symbol to go back and talk about dad. Okay, so is that true? Like you weren't there at the exact moment, but you were there, like.
Yeah, I wasn't there the night he passed, but I was there earlier in the evening, but he passed after I left during the night, middle of the night.
Perfect. Yeah. And so that's just confirmation from him. I got chills now. So that's what that means when the way he came out of my mouth. He wanted me to talk about like being there at the last moment, and then he said you were close, like you weren't there at the last moment, but you were like coming and going. So that's the thank you. Okay, so now I understand I was in the wrong place, because now he's the one saying thank you for that, for coming and taking care of me. Now, did he battle with something long term, and then but his passing was kind of quick at the end? Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, because he showed me both my symbols. So now this thing's been happening where like because I usually get like a long drawn out for death, or I'll get like a fast. So they've been showing me both a lot lately. So now I know I'm not confused. They're just saying they want to talk about both of those things happening. Was he a smoker?
Oh yeah.
Like, because I also get my symbol for heavy smoking. So like, like smoke, like it looks like cigarette after cigarette after cigarette. So that's what that looks like. Okay.
Yeah, he fought a lot of heart disease for a long time.
Okay. But then he also showed me fast. So that means like at the end, like you weren't expecting it to go so quickly, or there was some kind of like drop off at the end. That's what that second symbol means. Do you have a son? Do you have kids?
No.
Okay. Because he made a comment about not being passed down. He said something about it not being passed down to you. So he's talking about like the lineage or the issues not getting to you. And so again, I assumed it was like
I know
about
what that
not
means.
passing. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume the information wrong. Like he was saying you didn't pass it down to your kids, but again, it was about the not passing it down. So I can definitely misinterpret it. Again, this is like a game of charades, right? I'm getting these symbols mixed in with feelings, and I have to try to give it to you in a way that you understand it, and you see the process. It's like it's not always perfect. Like I'm not always accurate, because I can be wrong. You can be wrong. Spirit's never wrong. Like if I can get it perfectly and give it to you, they're never wrong. Like I mess it up all the time, and you might not get it till later, or you might mess it up, but they're never wrong. And so anyway, let's see. One more thing for you. Okay, so they're pointing in a ring. So there's a few things I can get from this, but it didn't feel like a marriage ring. It felt like you have a ring, or like his ring, or something about someone's ring. Do you have someone who's past's ring?
Yeah, somebody's, yeah.
Okay, because there's somebody going ring, and again, it doesn't necessarily have to be ring, but it felt like a ring this time. It could be any piece of jewelry when I get a ring, but it felt more like this. So you don't have to tell me that. Okay, one more thing, because I got something else with that. Your dad. Okay, and I hate even saying some of this stuff because it sounds very cliche, but your dad wants to tell you that he's proud of you. And when he says it, I get the feeling he didn't have the ability. He didn't say that to you, or he didn't get a chance to tell you this. But like he didn't have the ability to tell you he was proud of you. Again, and so it's really important that you understand that he knows that he didn't say that when he was here, and that he's saying it now, and he's with you now, and that he's proud of you, and that he's showing emotion now. So again, with that, I know he wasn't good at showing emotion. And I knew that when he first came in, because he came in strong and he stood hard, but he didn't like give you the love. He just like, he gave you love how he knew how. And that was not necessarily what you needed, is what he says. He goes, the way I loved him was not what he needed. It's all I knew, though. That's all I knew. That's all. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm all done. Thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you so much, Jared. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for going ahead, and I appreciate all of your honesty about it. We're hearing a lot of people just really appreciating, your honesty and kind of walking people through the process. And I've put your information in the chat box, but we're going to go take a look at your website. And
Sweet.
it's easy to know the name of his website because it's jaredthemedium.com. jaredthemedium.com. And there's all sorts of information here. What would you like to direct me to? What do you want to show people from your website, Jared?
Go to the page on medium-sized ego. It's the third one over there.
Which one? Circles and classes, or medium-sized ego? There we go.
Yeah.
There
you
we
go on
go.
this page, and then you can click. I'll be posting links to Soul Search TV on there, and so you can click on a link on there to get to Soul Search also.
Right.
Then the little, so that's just a little shortcut, and then there you go.
All right.
And that's how you watch. That's how you watch the show.
And I noticed that and I noticed it says, click a Zoom. Are you looking for people to do readings for that will be for future episodes?
I am still shooting. I still am shooting a few at galleries. So at Soul Search and other places where I do events, and other galleries, I am still recording a few more. And yes, I do free gallery readings, and then I also offer a free follow-up reading for anybody who got a reading at the gallery. So I bring them to my reading room here, and I give them a free follow-up reading, and then I use that in the episode also. So it's been pretty amazing. Episode 2 that came out is a little different format. It starts out as a gallery reading, and then it's the follow-up reading also. And the point of that follow-up reading is that in the gallery, I gave this lady a reading, and of course, my ego, I went home thinking I had gotten most of it wrong. Like I thought most of the reading was wrong, and I like messed it all up, basically. Long story short, I get her here for a follow-up reading, and I find out that it wasn't wrong. And so I'd been beating myself up all this time, thinking my ego telling me I'd gotten it wrong, when in fact it wasn't wrong. I just didn't know the whole story. And so it's this battle. Like, do I need confirmation, right? Do I need to know? Is it my ego if I want to know if I'm right or not, or do I need confirmation so that I, keep doing this work?
And Jared, we have a lot of people giving you thanks. Pam is saying, "Oh my God, Jared, that gave me chills and tears. Thank you, Richard, for allowing that reading and being so vulnerable." And Richard, I mean, you're commenting back in the chat, but I don't know if I'll add you back in if you just want to share with us, how was that reading for you?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, he was, I think, picking up on my dad pretty well. The female energy, I think, might have been his mom. I don't know a lot of females that have passed other than both of my grandmas, from both sides. So other than that, but yeah, with what you were bringing up with my dad, matched really close. He fought heart disease a lot, and I picked up a lot of his addictive traits and have been, healing those in my life. And as I've been healing those, I've been getting a lot closer to him. So it's been teaching me a lot.
That gave me chills. Yeah.
Me too. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thanks, Richard, for sharing that with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful.
Richard, for being on it. Thank you, Jared, for being part of the show again tonight. And
Of
we look
course.
forward to seeing you either live at some of the Soul Search events or some of the other festivals you're going to be at, and certainly on the show again.
Definitely. And Jared, you're going to be with us in Emeryville in the Bay Area this weekend, right?
I will, yes.
Which is great because we get a lot of people asking for you in Santa Cruz and you weren't there. So.
All right. Yeah.
So for those of you all in the Bay Area, you can come see Jared in person, have your own session with him, also attend one of his galleries, and you might be on Soul Search TV as well. So hopefully you guys can make it this weekend. And Jared, thank you so much for the great reading. And for everyone, you can tune in to Soul Search TV and check out Jared's show. It's available on demand. Just go to soulsearch.tv, and you can also watch on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or Android TV. Just search on your Roku or Amazon Fire for Soul Search TV and download to your television. And you can also download the Soul Search TV app to your Apple phone. So there's many ways to keep in touch and check out Medium Size Ego, and tell us what you think once you have a chance to watch episodes 1 and 2.
Beautiful.
So
Thanks again, Jared.
Thank you.
We are going to have a couple of real quick Global Peace Tribe announcements. And the first one is come join us. For those of you watching on Facebook or on YouTube, come and join us. And it's really easy. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com. And that's where you can learn all about our upcoming shows. We also offer every Wednesday night and every Saturday night, we have an original show. We do special events. And we also offer a meditation every evening at 6:30 p.m. So please come and join us. And the other big announcement that we want to make is that we're going to be doing a very special event. Again, as I said, we do shows every Wednesday and Saturday. And on Wednesday night, May 15th, Marianne Williamson is coming back. This will not be broadcast over Facebook or our broadcast partners. If you want to be with us, you got to come into the Zoom room. It's free of charge for all of our subscribers. So this is a good time to subscribe to the Global Peace Tribe. And for brand new subscribers, if you go to globalpeacetribe.com, you go to click on, you'll see that we're offering a special for people that join us, that you can actually get all of our links for 5 months, including the Marianne Williamson night, for a special discounted price. So we're excited to have Marianne with us. She'll be answering questions. Tangela will be one of my co-hosts, along with Eden Amadora and Deborah Justine. The 4 of us will be co-hosting that night, taking your questions and then asking them to Marianne. And she's going to be sharing with us about what her presidential run has been like. She always is very honest with her Global Peace Tribe because we're her tribe. We are the ones that she can kind of be more real with. And Tangela, you experienced that the last time we had Marianne on in February.
Yeah, definitely. It was really amazing to see and feel her as this presidential candidate. You know, she is such a powerful spiritual leader, and she has been for decades. And then Spirit really guided her to now, you know, take on this presidential candidacy and do this political work. But she was so raw and real with us in just, you know, the challenges that she's faced. And it was a really beautiful experience just to be a part of that with her, because I think it was, you know, healing for all of us together to have that share with her. And I'm really looking forward to next Wednesday as well.
Yeah, it's funny. Several times we have kind of come through for her at a time that she needed a lift. And so that's kind of a special thing that we've got going on with this. So everybody join us. And then I also am going to read a comment from Ayada, and then we're going to go take a look at the Enlightenment Expos that are coming up. Ayada writes, I would like to encourage anyone who can make it to the Soul Search Enlightenment Expos to do so, if only to meet our beloved Tangela, but also you're going to want to meet all the other amazing speakers that she gets. It's true. She's a dynamic presence, both in person. I've had the good fortune to be with her quite a bit. And you can also meet her husband, Charlie, who's a great psychic in his own right. And to learn more about the Enlightenment Expos, go to soulsearch.io. Soulsearch.io. Definitely join the mailing list. And then you'll see
And
where
then
it
if you
says
just hover over it,
Oh, go ahead,
yep,
Tangela.
you'll see our whole list there. So we have Emeryville coming up, Scottsdale, San Rafael, Santa Clara, will then be Santa Cruz after that. We also have a lot of other dates coming up. We just haven't added on there yet, including Reno is a new one that we have so many people from Reno requesting an Enlightenment Expo there, as well as Las Vegas. So stay tuned for those two. I know Mark and Anya, you guys will be at those because those are close to you. So we'll be heading to Nevada soon. And of course, we'll be scheduling more in Southern California as well. So, we're just really excited to always be expanding our amazing global Soul Search family and being with everyone together in person. We love doing online. We love connecting in this way, but we also love, being in person together and being in that healing frequency and energy and creating all of that magic together that we get to do.
Yeah, her expos are really a lot of fun, and I highly recommend them. So go to soulsearch.io, take a look at all the expos coming up, and again, as she said, she's going to be updating them. And while I've got you on Global Peace Tribe announcements, hopefully I'm going to be able to play the Danyan Brinkley video. Hopefully Danyan will be more cooperative than the other video was. So let's take a look at your upcoming show that you're doing, which includes interviews with people like our friend Danyan Brinkley.
The greatest cause of strife is religions, institutions, and governments because they're all liars. Okay? They're just a bunch of lies. The spiritual identity is the paramount nature of reality. Because if you look at it from being great, powerful, and mighty, and you look at what's affecting your dignity, it's using your opinion of yourself because the world structures you not to be worthy of being a great, powerful, and mighty spiritual being.
Exactly.
If you got here and you breathe in today, you are a great, powerful, and mighty spiritual being with dignity, direction, and purpose. And the only problem you got is thinking too low of yourself.
So how do we shift that?
You just listen to what I just said. You are a great, powerful, and mighty spiritual being with dignity, direction, and purpose. And if you're breathing, you're here. Now, whatever it takes you to reinforce that in your life, that's your own personal mission.
I love Danyan. I love that guy. And it's wonderful that you're interviewing amazing people like Danyan, Sue Morter, Marcy Shimoff, some of my favorite people you're interviewing, and that's one of the Soul Search TV shows, your show.
Definitely. It's my show. So I invite all of you guys to check it out on Soul Search TV. It's called The Enlightenment Experience. And every week I have an interview with a different spiritual teacher about what is enlightenment and what does it mean for us today in this modern age. And that was my interview with Danyan Brinkley. He's really famous. He has a couple of New York Times best-selling books about his near-death experiences where he went to the other side and came back. And he really talks to us. I love Danyan because he's just so practical and hard-hitting and pragmatic. And he's just like gets down to it. He's like, we're powerful spiritual beings. We just have to know it. And that's enlightenment. And we're here to know it. And if you don't know it yet, that's your purpose and your mission, and it's that simple. And it's just great to hear every different teacher give their own perspective on this process. And, I've interviewed Shaman Durek, Matt Kahn, Dr. Sue Morter, Marcy Shimoff, John Gray. So every week we have a new episode. Danyan was episode 3 last week. And then this week's episode was actually with Evan Nathaniel Grimm, who's a very famous astrologer. And he talks about the Aquarian age and how this is really the age of enlightenment because we are coming out of the matrix and starting to think for ourselves as individuals and as a collective. So It's really, it's really great just to get these perspectives. And what I love about everyone I've interviewed so far is that everyone is just talking about, we are at a time and point where we are just beyond the spiritual hierarchy. It's not about anyone being better or greater or more advanced spiritually than someone else. We're all in this together as a collective, and we're all moving together toward this journey of enlightenment that we're all doing together. And there's different practices, processes, tools for us to get there. But, this is something that's so important for all of us, because it's for each one of us, as we're on this journey, we're creating that enlightened, awakening world together, Scott. So it's great.
Beautiful. Well, we still have two more guests, and so I'm going to turn over to you to introduce our next one.
Wonderful. So I am really excited to introduce Marilyn Preble. Marilyn's journey as a spiritual shamanic healing practitioner started when she was a little girl, and she could sense the spiritual realm and see her guardian angels. Today, she's a shamanic spiritual healing practitioner, and her passion is to help people understand the spiritual world and grow more in self-love and connection with God. Her sacred shamanic healing methods help you achieve greater inner peace and well-being. Her unique approach to healing is rooted in the Christ consciousness, and she offers services tailored to your individual needs and preferences. So welcome, Marilyn. So happy that you could be here with us today.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here and with you and with everyone. It's been a great evening so far. So many great insights shared throughout this evening, and happy to be here.
Wonderful. And so this whole show is presenting many different types of healings, from psychic mediumship to galactic. And I know you are a shamanic healer and practitioner. So I'd love for you to share with us, what does that mean? And what are the specific tools and practices that you are bringing to us as a shamanic practitioner?
Right. Yeah. So as a spiritual shamanic healing practitioner, okay, and you mentioned it, that it's all rooted in the Christ consciousness, and which is that highest frequency of unconditional love and forgiveness, right? And so much of this process is growing in self-love, forgiving, closing those karmic circles in relationships, and really aligning with God, the Creator, God the Father, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, God, the Creator of humanity, of Mother Earth, of the universe, and all of the life forms, all of us that are in this universe. And we all have that divine within us. Right. So when you see this beautiful cross, some people will see it as a religion. Okay. And I want to say that this isn't a religion. This is about Jesus coming here as a human form, right? And showing us that unconditional love and forgiveness, right? And that it is possible for us to be at that state in our humanity. And that's so much what the world needs right now. We have that divine within us. Actually, God is within us. So many people are searching, looking outside. And the truth is that God is within us. We are all born of that light of God. We are spirit having a physical experience. And the spiritual shamanic healing that I am practicing, so first I want to say that I am a healer, but I'm moreover, I see myself as a healing instrument of God, that I'm a facilitator, so that when I'm working with my clients, it's a facilitation of that love, and the spirit guides, the guardian angel, my guardian angel, any of that high consciousness, high frequency spirit being is coming in to facilitate the healing, which is happening on the emotional, the physical, the mental, the cellular memory, which is where we store trauma. And when we store that trauma, we get trapped. We lose our essence. We lose our full essence. So being able to release that trauma and move forward is such a beautiful thing. So I'm working with energy, in the 4D and the 5D. So it looks like Reiki healing, but what's really beautiful with that is you're receiving that unconditional love, but the most important healing is to remove any what we call spirit leech attachments. So these are spirits, they're low consciousness spirits. They haven't gone to the light. They want to continue to live their negative human tendencies, addictions, and they're leeches in that they can only accomplish that. They can only gain that energy by attaching to the aura or the energy field of a human being. And, there's different levels of these leech consciousness spirits. And ultimately, the longer that a leech attachment is in your energy field, it's really going towards the power cord, your spine. And that can cause a lot of problems. A person starts to lose their free will, a sense they're out of alignment, right? And so what's happening on the energetic level, and then also using the beautiful shamanic healing tools, cleansing with fire, cutting energetic cords, is to release any of those negative energies, energetic cords, and most importantly, spirit leech attachments, which are influencing negatively a person, so that it restores your free will, so that your connection, your intuition is strengthened. We all have that intuition, which is our connection to the divine. It's the truth of what we are, right? That's our spirit. And so the more that we are empowered and free to have that connection, we're living more empowered on our divine path. And that's what this is really all about. And it's a really beautiful, transformative process, right? One healing will empower you. You'll feel freedom. People will say that they feel more grounded, partly because one of the other issues is that we become ungrounded because we're kind of floating out there. Our spirit is floating out there. And especially if we have a leech attachment, right? It's like our spirit doesn't want to be part of that. This is our temple, right? Our body, our energy, it's our temple for our spirit. So, we want to ground that back in there so that you can live even more powerfully on your divine path.
Thank
That's
you, Marilyn,
beautiful,
for sharing
Thank
that with
you.
us.
Yes.
And I understand. Do you have questions for her,
I
Tangela?
was just saying that Sheree was saying, thank you, Marilyn. I'm so glad you're speaking on this topic. We need to shed more light on this topic. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And my understanding is you're going to lead a kind of an experience for our audience right now.
Yes. What I would like to do is, for those of you who are here who would like to participate in this, to just guide you through a heart-opening prayer and meditation. Again, it's just going to guide you more deeply into that self-love and forgiveness process, which will open up your heart. Our heart is magnetic, right? So I'll guide you through that. I'm going to use some of the spiritual cleansing tools, so you'll hear that in the background, and it's just really to get you more centered and to release, to really release some, and you can just have a mini experience of what that is. So what I'd like you to do, for those who want to participate, it's your free will. I just want you to be in a seated upright position, comfortable. Make sure your legs are not crossed or your arms are not crossed. You want to be open so that you receive. And if it's more comfortable, it's okay if you lay down, and don't worry if you snooze. I know it's late, especially for those of you on the East Coast. I just want you to take a deep breath in. Just breathe in and then release. And then just listen to my words, and you can repeat them to yourself or within your heart or speak them out loud. I love myself. I forgive myself. I accept myself. I am a child of God. I'm a child of God, the Creator, and I am worthy and deserving to be at the right place at the right time. I want you to just take a deep breath in, and I want you to feel, what does that feel like to be at the right place at the right time? And exhale. That every day is a great day. Every day is a great day because I'm worthy and deserving. I have the gift of forgiveness. I choose to forgive everyone who has hurt me from the day I was born. And I want you to just visualize right now, just visualize everyone, your mother, your father, all of your family, your friends, all of your relationships, everything. I want you to see them, visualize them as if they're lined up in front of you. And I'd like you to just bless them. Say, I bless you. And I forgive you. And really forgive that. You forgive and you bless everyone in the holy name of God. Just say to each of them, I thank you for the lessons I've learned. I don't need them anymore. I choose to be free. I choose to fly like an eagle. And just as you're there, I just want you to feel yourself flying like an eagle. Just repeat, I am spirit, having a physical experience. My body is holy ground. It is a temple for my spirit. For I am the greatest creation that God has created. I love myself. I forgive myself. And I accept myself. And now I just want you to take another deep breath in. And if you can just put your hand on your heart. I just want you to feel your heart beating. And with your eyes closed, just visualize this beautiful white light surrounding your heart, cleansing it. This is also the sacred heart of Jesus. If you resonate, that sacred heart of Jesus that is just so full of unconditional love and compassion and forgiveness. Just feel that light cleansing your heart. And with each beat of your heart, that the blood is being cleansed with that light. And to ask your body, ask your physical body to forgive you. My physical body, please forgive me for hurting you by holding these negative emotions. And forgive all of your past generations, all of the past generations, for passing down through the bloodline these negative emotions. And this is where you can be the ambassador for your bloodline to forgive, to let go of any of that hurt and pain. And just going to bless you. Oh. And bless your physical body. And bless your heart and your emotions. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. And now just and slowly open up your eyes. Might even give yourself a little hug, a big hug. You know, that's just something you want to do every day, right? And as the music goes, you can just keep on loving yourself and forgiving yourself. And
that was really, really beautiful, Marilyn. What a blessing you are to our awakening world. We're going to go right into music, and we will come back and tell people how they can learn more about you. We're going to go right into emotion.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the ones that came before? Did they just vanish into the blue? Maybe they live in the dream we know to be true, and reaching their hands back out of the blue. So ready to embrace all that's new. I feel the love calling for me to break on through. With peace on my mind, I know that I'm coming to a new way of life that feels so true. There's nothing here to hold me back from you. The clouds of my life have blown away. My likeness of being lived every day. I find myself feeling not so blue. My heart is so ready to embrace all that's new. I feel the love calling for me to break on through. With peace on my mind, I know that I'm coming to a new way of life that feels so true.
Go to gallery view. Twinkle, for those of you that are with us. Thank you, Adora, for dancing even outside. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
right.
It's
Adora is adorable. I know.
It's really beautiful. I'm going to go back to Marilyn for a moment because I do want to let people know how they can get a hold of you. And that was really beautiful, Marilyn. A lot of our people are mentioning how much they felt it, and I really felt it. And you have a beautiful, very, very beautiful, sincere spirit. It's quite lovely.
Thank you.
So a good way to reach her is through Soul Search. Again, remember, Soul Search is our directory for all sorts of wonderful psychics, channels, healers, really the people that are the next generation of luminaries. They're all coming through Soul Search. So if you go to soulsearch.io and then just put in Soul Support Healing, and that's how you'll find Marilyn. And I love what she writes as her kind of motto: forgive yourself and love yourself. Forgive everyone who has hurt you. And that's where you can put in a name, email address, and you're in San Diego, Marilyn?
Yes, I have a healing center in San Diego. I also, work remotely with many of my clients on, virtual sessions. I do get around some of the expos. I'll be, doing some of the soul search ones. I'm still figuring out dates about what's coming up. So you will see me around, and feel free to reach out. I'm happy to schedule a free consult with you if you have any questions or just want to connect. If you have any other questions, on my site, if you look at About Me, if you're interested in more about what I talked about with the leeches, I have this book here. This is actually my shaman spiritual teacher, Victor Barron. He writes about this, and I can share this with you. There's a link to his website as well. He's running workshops for people who are interested in doing this work. So you can find him there as well.
And you can also connect to Marilyn's website through her Soul Search profile. There's a link right there that you can click on. So Scott, if you just scroll down right there, if you visit her website, that'll take you to soulsupporthealing.com as well. So you can dive in a little bit deeper. And I know a lot of people were really appreciating you, Marilyn, bringing up the topic of the leeches and these energetic leeches, because that is something that, people would like to learn more about and work with.
Yes.
And
Thank you so much.
Said that you offer a free initial consultation, Marilyn?
That's correct. Yes.
That's very generous of you. And I noticed that her phone number is on the Soul Search website, or if you go to her website, soulsupporthealing.com, just click book session, and that's where you reach her, and her email address is there, or her schedule a session link is right there.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Marilyn. It's wonderful to meet you. I hope to meet you in person at one of Tangila's events.
Yes, I will see you there.
Definitely sometime soon. So we look forward to seeing Marilyn in person.
And we have one more amazing guest, and I'm really grateful. It's hard, like the person who is last, because everybody's wonderful.
Yes.
So I'm just really appreciating Ramon has hung in there. He's been moving to the music. So go ahead and tell us about Ramon.
Yes, I'm so happy to be introducing Ramon Payne. He is a professional in health and wellness and entertainment for 20 plus years, working in a variety of capacities, including massage instructor, manager, therapist, and he has also done significant research into quantum healing and application, as well as developing a curriculum for quantum learning and application. And he's obtained his bachelor's in science and accounting, as well as an honorary doctorate in leadership and excellence. And I'm just excited to be welcoming Dr. Ramon Payne to our show today. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you so much, Tangela. It's been a while since, we've had a chance to converse since the last expo. I want to say thank you to everyone who has shared their knowledge and their wisdom with us today. And it feels truly an honor to be with a second family of sorts. And part of my book is talking about a second puberty, and that is in regards to us finding our second family, because we're born into a family. And then once we get ascended, as we say, we start attuning, or we start communicating with others that resonate with us. Like Tesla said, everything is energy. A lot of the research that I've recently done is based off of 20 years of massaging clients, no matter money, race, culture, understanding as Marilyn was talking about, the trauma that's in all of us, not only in humans, but animals as well. We all hold that trauma in our body, and that trauma comes out whether we're ready for it or not in various ways. So after massaging for 20 years, I wanted to really get understanding what's the purpose of spirituality, what's the purpose, what's the end game for all of this. All of that started when I was young. Star Wars, I still remember the sheet when I was young. That sheet resonated with me. So there was an inner voice that I talk about in my book. It's kind of like when we start having those different voices in our head, those voices that we trust. And when it comes to that inner voice, we have to resonate with it, because as technology is telling us, the heart and the brain, they have different nerve tissues. These nerve tissues are made up of what's called microtubules. Microtubule is made with 11 letters. That's important for us. So when it comes to structure, the reason why we're called light beings is because every aspect of our cell is the perfection of consciousness and life. So then we have centrosomes. So with the centrosomes, all of your microtubules go out like highways. And so that's how life pretty much resonates with each other. That's how we talk to the pyramids. That's how we talk to everything else. There's recent research that has been done about what's called the 72 octave frequency. We had some individuals talking about earlier different frequencies. So we've heard about the 144,000 and all of that and how it relates. That 144 and that 72, you see the relation. So what quantum healing is about is understanding how the numbers and healing and spirituality resonate. So with the power of 7, we have 7 days of the week. How many chakras do we have, everyone? Indeed. So when it comes to understanding numbers and the symmetry of, then we get a type of resonance. So what happens with the second puberty, your hippocampus, when it comes to talk about the matrix, your hippocampus is made up of specific regions, CAM1, 2, 3, and 4. That's the matrix of how we're taught to live. Age, numbers, race. If we want to live in that box, go ahead. But then there's multiverses outside of that universe. So once we ascend to a certain type of frequency, you know that halo you see on the hieroglyphics? that changes into a 72 octave frequency. That's your new Wi-Fi. That's your upgrade. Put your iPhone down. Learn the instructions on how to be a human. Human, H-U-E. Aura. So when you say aura, what is AU on the periodic table? Anyone knows? Scope. And then Ra. So the reason why Ra was so symbolically, Terrence Howard has done a lot of lectures on resonance, vowels, and letters. My book and my curriculum talk about how all of that resonates. When you're born into this world, you're born with a social security number. Your numbers. What is on the periodic table? Nothing but numbers. So again, quantum healing is about taking all of this knowledge and information and being like Tesla. And we alchemize and become what's called the fine structure constant in real life. So when we're in the zone, like Michael Jordan, when he's on the court, he's moving faster than everybody else. That's what being in the zone is. So I explain how that relates to Kundalini and also ascension. And that's essentially, in a nutshell, what Fractal Point Potential, Where Touch Meets Massage, my next book, is going to talk about. And my first book, which was about quantum channeling, sex, racism, HBCUs, and evolution, this is on Amazon Kindle. This is a good introduction to myself on quantum channeling and understanding the concept of Ra and what it really meant. Ra could be anything, good or bad. If you're in a war, you have to kill. Is it good or bad? So when it comes to understanding energy, we have to go through a second puberty. That's what the Osiris, the Isis, the Set understanding was. How to not be the person you was born, but to become that starseed. There's a concept about comet kids. So we live in a field of hydrogen. In astronomy, we have any astronomers out there? In astronomy, everything is known by your hydrogen signature. So when you paint a picture, so all of us are floating hydrogen atoms. And we alchemize and we become quantum entangled with the way our energy resonates with what we call, with Dr. Stuart Hameroff. He has done a lot of research in consciousness and the space. So you guys have heard of the Akashic Records. How many letters are in Akashic? Anyone? 7. So your Akashic Records are associated with what's called the Adinkra codes. Dr. Henry Gates, he did a lot of research in the ether of space. The Akashic Records and the Adinkra codes are pretty much the same thing. So when you're attuned to the Akashic Records, like in the movie Limitless, how do I know this? There are individuals like myself and others that understand it because we have applied it to real life. And you have to be disciplined about it. Because when you become disciplined about it, there's something called sacred secretion, there's something called squirting, there's something called Kundalini rising. All of those things, when you're not in balance with your chakras, you may not be ready for what comes with the stardom. If you want to be a star, you better learn how to be a star, not the Hollywood star. I've done that at home doing a regular life. Be a star among the cosmos. That means you have to learn how the hydrogen works. You have to know how the gold resonates with you on the alchemical charts. So that's what my curriculum talks about. That's what my book talks about. On my YouTube, I have my videos that really go into a little more in depth about it. I'm gonna start doing lives. I'm gonna start, of course, with my new resurrected Soul Search family. We're gonna start talking a lot more in depth about resetting your hormones, because you need to go through that second puberty so that you can reawaken the aspect of life that you're not taught about. And I recently became an honorary doctorate, which is really a blessing on so many levels, because to be bestowed that type of acknowledgement has really made me understand that listening to my inner voice since I was little. See, I knew Santa Claus wasn't real. And I never wanted to sit on a random guy's lap. Nobody told me that. It was in my inner voice. I was like, oh, Ma, I live in the hood. How are you going to get up to the top of the daggone skyscraper? We don't even have balconies. And I made the honor roll every year, and I never got what I wanted. I had to move every year into 7th grade. So the PTSD of really having to be my own person during the crack era of the 80s. I had to make choices. I learned how to sell drugs in 7th grade. I learned chemistry early. So, and I was really good at I was very good athletically. So I could have took the easy route, but I wanted to go on the inside. And nobody really understood that. I left accounting. I was working at the top of my field. Nobody understood. It wasn't about the money. I wanted to learn really what life was about, that purpose. And that inner voice, that quantum entanglement brought me to Soul Search and to you guys tonight.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here tonight, Ramon, and sharing this information. Dr. Laura's commenting, Ramon, your courses sound packed with esoteric info. And so you really are bringing into your courses, you know, the numbers, the numerology, the ancient teachings, and bringing it all together in this quantum healing that you're now sharing with the world.
When I was a massage instructor, I was able to teach anatomy and physiology for 3 years. So understanding how the nervous system works, the parasympathetic, the sympathetic, the flight or flight mode, how it relates to your brain, to your heart. There's a particular part of chemistry called anandamide. Ananda means bliss in Sanskrit. Anandamide is the main chemical responsible for a lot of the great things that happen in our brain. Guess what anandamide is a part of? It's called your endocannabinoid system. Anandamide is responsible for fertility. It's responsible for quite a lot of things. THC, CBD, all of those things are part of the plant family that helps the octaves communicate accordingly. So when it comes to a lot of the hormones, our hormones are all over the place. Our hormones are what makes us. Without testosterone, estrogen, that's the only thing that separates us. So we have to learn how to understand how our kidneys, how our thyroid, how all of those things resonate to your digestion, your lifestyle. Research has shown that genetics are not affected by what you're born with. It's the epigenetic aspect. So you have to understand how to change the quantum dynamic and alchemize your sexual energy. You have to be disciplined about it. You can't just throw it all over the place. Believe you me, once you become ascendant, you become like a bee to honey. So then that's what called semen retention comes in. You can't be all over the place. Porn, don't get me wrong, you can learn a lot from it, but guess what? Your kidneys will go to hell. Your heart will go to hell because you have to have balance. So with the knowledge and the Kundalini comes the movie Limitless with a lot of other things. And I have some clients that can definitely tell you accordingly.
Wow. Thanks, Ramon, for sharing all of this. And I think, you know, what's so fascinating, and Marilyn is saying fascinating information, Ramon, so important to understand these connections, especially regarding the hormones. And Christy Michael saying, welcome, Ramon. I so appreciate what you're sharing. And so exactly, like, you know, the way that you're making these connections between our anatomy, our physical body, and then the energetics and the quantum healing, it's really powerful. I mean, like I said before, this show is about healing, and we've been exploring all of these different healing modalities with our different healers and guides throughout the show. And I love the perspective that you're also bringing in and sharing with us. That's, you know, it's very important. So thank you for bringing this. And Scott, would you like to come in and share as well?
Yeah, well, first of all, Ramon, welcome to the Awakening World. I really appreciate how you're understanding the mind-body connection, the spirit connection. And clearly, you've done a lot of education, and I'm very impressed with just your ability to connect all these different parts of our being. And I'd love to have you come on again and share more, because obviously you've got a lot of wonderful wisdom to provide. So it's good to meet you, brother. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. And thank you for, because a lot of individuals are scared to talk about these things. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I used to work in the intelligence environment. And I have a lot of friends that make a lot of money, but they don't know where they're going. And a lot of people in Hollywood, they make all this money, but they're lonely. I've massaged people for a long time, and money is not what they need. They need purpose. And you can't get that purpose until you take that baggage out of your chakras. You have to go through each chakra. You have to take each binary code of PTSD. You have to put it somewhere and say it's okay. And then you have to go forward with tomorrow. Stop being in the past. So a lot of my curriculum, we talk about physicality 101, understanding what bills are, understanding what goals are, but understanding what your past trauma is like and how important it is to make sense of it. Is it going to be a yes or no process? No, but you got to make sense of it because you can't live tomorrow if you're still with the baggage of yesterday. And massaging people for 20 years, I was like, you know what, we have to do something. So teaching for 3 years and understanding how curriculums work, I have a nice little tiered program for individuals to understand, one, the physical aspect, because we have to get if your car isn't working right, that red light comes on and it lets you know. So that's how our hormones work. They communicate to us and they let us know because microtubules and the tau proteins are nothing but consciousness. And the way it resonates with our crystal up here, Dr. Joe Dispenza has a book called Becoming Superhuman. The case study work that is in his book is a lot in my new book now. And it talks about how the pineal gland metabolizes melatonin. It goes through 3 different processes: bioluminescence, and it also processes an antioxidant that's not produced nowhere in the planet. That's why a deep sleep is the most treasured thing in the world. And that's why when we do get that deep sleep, guess where you go? You go to the Pleiades, you go to Orion. And that's what the ancient Egyptians understood, because do you know the pyramids are made of limestone and our teeth are made of hydroxyapatite? The only thing separating those 2 structures is precipitation and temperature. That's the quantum entanglement of the structures of pyramids and our teeth and our bones. Think about that. That's a hell of a quantum entanglement.
Wow. Wow. Well, people can learn much more after getting this homeopathic dose of you by going to soulsearch.io. That's where it all happens, everybody. And if you go to soulsearch.io and then /QE-H2O-H-G-Ramon-Payne, or you can also just go to the search bar and put in Ramon Payne.
That's the easiest way to do it.
That's probably the easiest way.
Now,
I realized that once I started talking about the URL, it's like, okay. Anyway,
Yeah, people
all
just go into the search and search.
The QE is Quantum Essentials via water, the age of Aquarius. So we need to relearn how to put the power of intent into our water. Japanese researchers have recently done a lot of studies with this. So in our lungs, how we breathe, water actually makes the process of oxygen and carbon dioxide. That's how we breathe. The water that's producing that. So we need to get into the fine structure constant and get into the cells and start talking to them better. We need to start being so negative to them. We need to really start waking up and meditate and putting us in that 5th dimension or 6th or 7th and resonate accordingly. And that's what we're going to do in this Soul Search family and team. I'm blessed to be with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Ramon. We're blessed to have you with us as part of our Soul Search and Global Peace Tribe family. And I just loved how throughout this show, we've had so many different types of powerful homeopathic doses of, all the different types of healing that are available to us now, in our
Thank
new
you, Karen.
So thank you for sharing and looking forward to continuing to dive in more deeply with your work.
Indeed.
Beautiful. Tanchila, you just bring one amazing person after another onto the show. I so appreciate it. Thank you. My dog just jumped up. She's like, come on, Dad. Show's winding down. Time for WALK.
So this has been wonderful. It's amazing. I'm so happy we got to bring on so many new soul searchers onto the show tonight to meet everyone and share their energy and wisdom and practices. It's, thank you all for being here with us tonight.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Thank you, Sheila.
We got to do it again soon.
Bring up our friends that are still here. There's Marilyn, Ramon. I think the others that were our guests have gone on, but thank you to all of our guests. And
Thank you.
we still have one more wonderful treat. Well, I also want to thank Omar. So thank you, Omar, for 3 songs. You've heard of 3 Dog Night? This was a 3-song night.
That is right. Thank you so much. It's such an honor, such a blessing to meet you all, Marilyn and Ramon. Dude, awesome, Juliet. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for your beautiful.
Thank you for the music, my good man. That was like a nice 80s, 70s, flashback with the feel, I love it.
Good. Thank you, Marilyn.
But wait, there's still one more very special event, and that is we're going to close out with Fanny and Vigari, who just do such a wonderful job of playing music. And especially, it's become, when they're on the show, kind of a thing that they always do, a closing song that allows us to drift off into the ethers. So welcome back, Fanny and Vigari. And how was your experience of the show tonight?
Oh, it was so wonderful. I learned so much, and some of the meditation that we did was just so engaging.
Yes, it was. Totally beautiful. Thank you so much. It's so inspiring to be here. And just as we are speaking with you, somebody's knocking on our window with a big bunch of kale. It's like, wow, what a blessing to have a garden and to be here in this beautiful island. And this song is called Mystical Dance. And I hope I see you groove. Thank you for the kale. Thank you. When she dance, it's a dance of love. She brings me to another space far. Feel the sky, I feel the earth beneath me. Longing to sing my song for you, my love, oh my love, oh my Thank you for the awakening world. With a loving heart. Loving compassion, sweetness of the Et voilà. Did you feel the loving?
Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely. I'm going to go to gallery view, of course. And I'm so glad almost everybody's still with us. So Richard's got the fire burning, and thank you so much. And hey, everybody, a good way to get their music. The album I play is Awaken 1111, and you find it on Bandcamp. Again, they are the Mystiques. So if you go to Mystiques 1111, the Mystiques 1111.bandcamp.com, that's how you can get their album. I've also put that link into the chat box. It's a beautiful, beautiful album. And yeah, we love Fanny and Vigari very, very much. And thank you for always staying late to the end of the show so we can get your closing evening. It's really, really beautiful. And I see there is not only Tangela, but there's Mr. Tangela, formerly known as Charlie Lamson. Hey, Charlie, how you doing, buddy?
How are you, Scott?
Good to see you.
He's joining us after a day of healing himself.
Well, I'm going to bring up our people that are presenters that are still with us. So It's good to see you, Charlie. Thank you, Fanny and Vigari, Omar, Marilyn, Ramon.
Thank you.
Most of all, thank you,
Thank you,
audience.
Fanny. You both are so beautiful. That last song. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And thank you, beautiful audience. I'm going to go to gallery review. Thank you for being with us tonight. Hope to see you next Wednesday night. We've got more shows coming next week. Thank you, Adora, for moving and grooving and dancing. And much love to each and every one of you. Have a beautiful weekend. And remember, tomorrow being Sacred Sunday, we can make any moment sacred by choosing to see the divine in all. Let's all practice that tomorrow, okay? Take care, everybody. Good
Thanks
night.
so much, everyone.
Thank you,
Lots of
Awakening
love.
World.
Bye.